Hi guys, it's ASBYT and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, the OnePlus 6 has been one of the top flagship smartphones so far in 2018, especially when you consider the price versus specs. However, we potentially now have on the cards a competitor which also matches that marketing method. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. Hi guys and welcome back to a brand new video. Like I said, the OnePlus 6, very popular phone of 2018 so far, but today we're looking at another smartphone from another massive global company now, and inside sources are suggesting they are aiming this smartphone at the customers of the OnePlus 6, hoping to try and gain market share in that area. Top flagship performance, mid-tier price. Although these have been creeping up a little bit lately. Let's hold it, just hold it now, put a lid on it, come on. Now what I want from you guys, as the video goes on and as I start talking about some of the specs and the design, I want you to let me know whether you think it is a OnePlus 6 competitor, or whether you think it's better, or whether you think it's worse, and the reasons why. Remember, I'm just here to give you options. So, Xiaomi, as well as the Mi 8, the Mi 8 SE, the Mi 8 Explorer, the Redmi Note 5, the Redmi 6, the 5 Plus, the Mi A2, the Mi A2 Lite, the 6X, it's just ridiculous. They have so many phones. I mean, I've just got a handful here. I mean, that alone should be enough for a whole year. I'm just chipping a bit off the surface. The phones go glacier deep. I've no idea where I'm going with this video now. I do, back on track. Xiaomi are releasing another new smartphone, which has one of the strangest names I've ever heard. The Pocophone F1. Now, straight away, I know what you're thinking. F1. Formula 1, speed, the speed you need, OnePlus 6. Are you seeing where we're going with this? They're trying to compete with that market share. So first we're going to have a look at the design and then we're going to talk specs. And straight away, if we look at the back, it looks a little bit like it's been designed and modelled on the OnePlus 6. The dual rear camera in the middle, vertically placed, fingerprint sensor underneath. I mean, there are only certain amounts of ways that you can organise those components, but still, when the rumours are you're trying to compete in a market with a specific company, those rumours are going to be enhanced by the design language. When we flip to the front, you could say it looks like the OnePlus 6. You could also say it looks like the Xiaomi Mi 8 and the Mi 8 SE and the Mi 8 Explorer. So the main flagship range of this year already looks like this. So I know what you're thinking, why are you making another one? One of the main differences is the actual display is slightly smaller. On the Mi 8 it's 6.21 inches, whereas on this Pocophone F1, still can't get my head around that name, it's a 5.99 inch display. So it is that ever so slightly bit smaller. It will be running the current top chipset of the Snapdragon 845. GPU will be the Adreno 630. The amount of RAM... Wow, sorry for that. The information that I've got is that it will have 6 GB of RAM, but one of the best specs of this Pocophone F1 is the battery. It has a 4000 mAh battery capacity, which is far larger than the 3400 that we saw on the Mi 8 and a lot larger than the 3300 mAh that the OnePlus 6 has. Other quick specs, it will have a full HD Plus IPS panel, unlike the AMOLED display that we have on the OnePlus 6. It will run Android 8.1 with MIUI 9 over the top, which again is different from the Oxygen OS, which we have on the OnePlus 6, so this is far more like stock Android. Obviously, if you don't like MIUI, some people do. If you don't, you can obviously throw a launcher on it, Nova Launcher for example, and that will really change the feel of the phone, and it will feel much more like stock Android, again similar to the OnePlus 6. Camera will be a 12 megapixel shooter, Type-C port with Quick Charge 4.0. It will also allow for micro SD card expansion, which many will see as a positive over the OnePlus 6. And to wrap it all up and finish the early comparison with the OnePlus 6 to see whether it is well and truly gonna be in the ballpark to compete, we have to talk price, which is one of the biggest boss. It is boss. The biggest bossest thing about the OnePlus 6 is, of course, as I mentioned earlier, for these specs, the price has always been competitive and cheaper than the other top flagship devices. Well, the OnePlus 6's base model starts at £469. Off the top of my head, I can't quite remember how it was priced for euros, but it's roughly around the sort of just over the €500 mark if you are doing a straight conversion. The information that I have is that the Xiaomi Pocophone F1 will come in at around €400. So potentially it will also come in cheaper than the OnePlus 6. And if that were the case, for all those specs, that is pretty impressive. But as always, I want to know what you think. How does it compete compared to the OnePlus 6 for you in terms of design, specifications, Oxygen OS versus MIUI, notch versus notch, OnePlus build quality versus Xiaomi build quality? I want to hear it all from you guys. Like and share if you did enjoy this video and found it helpful. Subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified every time that I post a video on anything to do with smartphones, tech in general. I do pretty much daily content here on this platform. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. Says BOT. Peace out.